if you can see my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Okay, great. Okay, now first before starting, I just wanna ask like who all um, have an experience in API testing. I mean, uh, I know Shaili has worked on API testing. Mayur as well, little I know, and
Yes.
Renu, did you ever worked on API testing earlier, please?
No,
Okay,
just
no.
little idea. So, what is Postman and how
Okay,
we see what is API? It's just enough.
okay. And Gautam and Arvind, hello. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please.
Actually, I little bit know about API.
Okay, okay. Cool. Uh, it says that. Okay, no worries. Which, however, we're gonna start from scratch, so it will not be a problem. Okay, it says Google Meet is complaining that do not share the entire window, share the tab itself. Tab. Okay. Let's stop presenting and let me share the tab itself. Chrome tab. Select window. Hopefully this works. Okay, please let me know if you are able to see the documentation.
Yeah, yeah, it's visible.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, now, okay, before we start testing on Postman, we need to know what exactly an API is. Okay, in here, I have, I have made my notes, um, where most I have given an examples rather than a long theory like what API is. Rather than that, I've given an example so that it can be understood by everyone. If not, please let me know so that I'll try to explain in more detailed way. Okay, so here what exactly is an API is an application programming interface, which has some rules or say we can say protocols which enables a different software applications to talk to each other. One software application I can say, um, if I can say like, one website like, make my trip talk to an like Indigo website, because Indigo, when we are booking flights, let's say when we are booking flights, we are not going directly into the Indigo application. We mostly go into make my trip, and there we search for any flights, and then if we get a good offer, then we go ahead and book that particular flight. So it's like, you know here the Indigo website is talking to make my trip website using an API. So I have couple of examples. Okay, I'm scrolling down. Please let me know if you are able to see my scrolling. See that I'm able to scroll and you are able to see it. If I'm scrolling down, are you able to see the scrolling?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great,
Yes.
great. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, so if I say what exactly is an API in a theoretical way, I mean, this might be a question for a fresher. For a fresher, this might be a question. They might ask this in your interviews, where you can say it's an programming interface, application programming interface, a set of rules, which is a set of rules or protocols that enables software applications to communicate with each other to exchange data, features, and functionality. So, if I say an example one, imagine you're in a foreign country and don't speak the local language and you want to order food. So, in here, we can go ahead and use a translator. Like, if you have seen, I can show you a nice example. Okay. Okay, I don't think so. This would. Okay, on your systems, please open Google. Just open Google. Just open Google. Once you have opened Google, then you will find like I mean you'll find three dots in there. Okay, I think. Yeah, let me. I think. Okay. Stop sharing. Let me share my screen itself. Window. Okay. Share. Okay. In here, I go to I'm in google.com. I click on this, the three dots, and here I go to translate. Now we type something in, okay, let's say Gujarati or something. Okay, let's say hello, how are you? So in here, it is translating to Gujarati, which means there is an API. There is an API which is working in between this, which is allowing the text to be translated from English to Gujarati. So this is where an API comes into picture. So now if I come back to the document itself, I think you're not able to see it. Mm, pressing now. Share. Okay. Now, if you see the first example, like here, when you're making a request, in here you are the user, translator. I mean, the translator which is translating your language, your local language to their local language. That is an API, and the restaurant. I mean, which is where you're ordering food, is a software application, and it takes a request from you. It takes a request from you, and then it confirms the. I mean, does all the processes, and then it responds back to you stating that your order has been fulfilled. So in here, you need not to know the local language in order to order food. It is all done using this translator API. And the second example, if you see, when you're booking it, when you're booking something in a travel booking website, so there are, I mean, there can be multiple airlines like Indigo, Air India, whatnot. Okay, but you're not going directly into their websites and booking the flight. You're going to a common ground, which might be Make My Trip or Yatra.com, where all the, I mean, uh, um, all the data from that particular websites is fetched into this Make My Trip or Yatra.com, and there you are able to use that particular APIs. Now if I tell you in a more precise manner, let's say we have Yatra.com, and Yatra.com is let's say Yatra.com is created on JavaScript, HTML, Java, CSS, and JavaScript languages. These are the three main languages. I can say it's not programming language. HTML is a scripting language, and CSS is also not a programming language. Neither the JavaScript. Yes, it is now called as a programming language, but these three languages are used to build any website. I mean, most of the websites are built in these using these three webs languages only on the front end. And let's say uh, Make My Trip, which is a more advanced. I mean, it was recently created. Let's say I mean, yeah. Indigo was created way long back. I mean, 1980s or 2000 something, and Yatra.com has been recently created using a more advanced web technologies languages like Angular, React, these things. Okay, so when, let's say, when Yatra or Indigo.com want to give their data to Make My Trip or Yatra.com, uh, they cannot provide the complete information. I mean, the whole code, the whole website code, they cannot go ahead and give it to Make My Trip. In if they are giving to Make My Trip, then they have to provide the same code to each and every website which is using which is using Indigo.com. So that can be a security concern issue. There can be a security concern issue, and it can be like data cannot be shared completely. So, and in here, as Indigo is developed in JavaScript, and Make My Trip as an advanced one, it is developed in React or Angular. So in these both languages to talk to each other, I mean, in order to get let's say booking a flight or canceling a flight, or adding seats or updating seats, these all functions, I mean, these function is like, yeah, I mean, a job, I can say a job, a function is a job where, I mean, booking a flight is a job. Booking a flight, canceling is a flight is also one of the job, or we can call as a function, which which is written in Indigo.com. So there, when all that code cannot be shared with Make My Trip or Yatra or any other website which is using all the flights data access. So that is where they what the developers do is they take these functions and write them in a different language, which can be understood by both the applications. It might be and it doesn't matter which language is used to write any application. It if there's a new I mean, it's not new, but we use Blazor in some websites. We use Blazor, which is not more, which is not an alternative for JavaScript, but they say that we can use more, I mean, most of the things can be done by Blazor rather than using JavaScript. So these things, these when these things come into picture, then it will be really hard for one application to talk to another application. Let's say I know only Telugu and someone knows only Hindi. So in order for us to talk, I mean, we don't know each other's language, and we can't understand each other. So let's say in here, if we both know English, and if we speak and understand English, then English is an API here. English is an API. I can say API. I can say bridge between between both of us to connect each other, to understand each other. So in that way, I mean, APIs in a simple words, it's a bridge. I can say it is a bridge, and it connects to applications, and it connect it. Okay, now I have a question. I hope everyone would have made Maggie in their life. I think, yeah, maybe, I think. So let's say you're preparing Maggie in your home. Okay, now please let me know. I'm highlighting this. Okay, I'm highlighting this. Please let me know what is a user here, and what is a software application, and what is an API here when you're preparing Maggie at your home. Anyone can answer. It's fine. Anyone can answer. Um, uh, oh, okay,
Yeah.
no worries. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, Mayur.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, as per my understanding, I think the instruction on the Maggie packet is the API.
Uh,
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 the user manual is the API, and The person who is making Maggie is the user,
Hmm. Hmm.
and the Maggie is itself a software.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's API. I think API is where you went. I mean, wrong.
Mhm.
Actually,
Okay, okay, yeah.
instructions is like how to use a software. That
Mhm.
how to use a software application is an instruction, but the utensils which you're using, let's say, gas cylinder. When you turn on the gas cylinder, the gas should flow from through the pipe to the gas stove. Okay. And when you turn on the burner, then the gas should come out from that chimney. Yeah, chimney, I can say. And when you turn on the lighter, then the fire should I mean, yeah, it should blow, not blow, sorry, it should touch the, and then the utensil. So these things, I mean, in order to make Maggie for yourself,
Mhm.
which where
Mhm.
you are giving a request, like, hey, I want to eat Maggie today. So it is a request. And when you're eating Maggie, then that is a response which you are getting. But the API here is like the set of rules. I mean, when you turn on the knob, the gas should flow. When you turn on the gas cylinder, the gas should flow to the gas stove. So these are set of rules or protocol, I can say, which allows you to prepare Maggie.
Mhm.
And the water
Correct.
should boil in a jug, or yeah. So these are all the rules that should happen. When these rules are properly done, then your Maggie will be successful. If these one of these rules are not done, then your Maggie cannot be done at any point of time. And let's say, so here the stove, the gas cylinder, this is a bridge. This is a
Mhm.
API for you. Okay. So
Correct.
this is how you can understand. And yeah, so there are n number of examples, I can say. I mean, I'll share this document with you, where there are a lot of examples, lot of examples where you can see. Now, so I hope API, what is an API, is clear now. Is this clear, or any doubts, please let me know.
Yes, it's there now.
Okay, great. Now coming to API, I'll talk in the tester point of view, not in the developer point. Oh, no, I'll talk in developer and tester, or and the BA point of view. Okay. Now, why exactly I have highlighted this? Why exactly I've highlighted this? Because when you're in a project, or when you are in any project and working for API testing, or developing an API, or you can, let's say, for business analysts, you're writing an API, I mean, procedures, how exactly it should work, then the document is the most important thing. First thing you need to ask, when you're starting, when you have asked to work for API testing, please provide me the documentation. Because without the documentation you're not sure what to do, or where exactly you can find the APIs, or what exactly need to be tested. So all that, I mean, all that will be presented in the API documentation. And if the API documentation is not well structured, not well written, then your the API testing you're doing, or the API development you're doing, might go mismatch. At times it might go mismatch. And what you're doing might not be an expected result or expected view from the customer itself. So it's always good to have a API documentation, and always good to update it. It is not one man's job. I mean, it's not only developer, or it's not only tester or a BA should do it. Whoever is working on it, and whoever thinks that API, this line of code, or this is where the result, the output, anything, any information that needs to be if you think that is important, that needs to be updated on API documentation. And if it is not happening, then you can raise a concern. See, the API documentation is not correct, or it's not fulfilled, so we need it in a proper manner. That is how, I mean, that is how the standards work. In any company, most of the companies, it is how it works. I mean, we are provided with a documentation, or a small chunks of, I can say, in small chunks, a documentation will be like 100 pages, it might be of 100 pages, but uh, mostly I can when I talk about real API testing, I'll talk about user stories, where it is provided in small pieces, like छोटे pieces mein they divide and they provide it to you, the API documentation. So that is the importance of API. Most important, most important, API documentation. Now, how APIs work? How do APIs work? APIs work, I mean, there will be a client and there will be a server. In between, is the API. Now, that is where I have highlighted. API is the bridge establishing connection between them. I mean, client and server to talk to each other, client to server, and server to client. API acts as a bridge. And this is an example. I mean, this is an example. And this is where a diagram comes into picture. So this is a client where he is requesting to a server. It might be anything. You might ask any request. I mean, request can be anything. You might google.com, navigate to google.com is also a request, and if google.com is working fine, and if it is up and running, then it will send a response to you, and you will receive, then you can open that particular website. So I can say everything is an API. Everything, almost everything is an API. Whatever you're doing on website, mostly it is an APIs. I'll show you how and why. Why I say everything is an API. So in here, a client is requesting, and API acts as a middleware where it checks for the security and much more things. When we perform API testing, now then we'll get to know. And then it sends, it's asked for the data. If data is present in the API server, I can say API server, or a database server, or a backend. Or a backend application, a backend code. If that, let's say, I want to book a flight. Okay, I want to book a flight from Make My Trip. Okay, I have requested for an uh, I mean, I've clicked on book now. Okay, then that what exactly it does is, on the back end, it takes that particular request. It's an HTTPS request, because we use HTTPS as as a web services protocol. So it sends that API, and it goes. Let's say I'm trying to book a flight from Indigo. Okay, it goes to Indigo website. At that point of time, Indigo website, if it is down, if it is down, so what would, I mean, will my book now process get successful, or it doesn't get successful?
Ashish, it won't be successful because
Okay.
the server is down. So if you send request, so it
Hmm.
will show some errors like page not found or something like that.
Okay, great. Correct. Now, another question. Let's say Indigo is working. Okay, Indigo is working, but book now function has some bugs. Let's say it's not working. Book now is not working at Indigo. Uh, I clicked on book now in Make My Trip. Now, does the process goes?
No.
No, correct. Okay. So this is where, if the main function, the main job, or the main application, if it is not working, then you cannot, I mean, API sends you a response stating that this job cannot be successful at this point of time. Now, yeah, when I tell about Postman, I'll tell you about that too. Okay, so this is all about how exactly APIs work. I mean, I'll provide you this documentation where there's a simple. I mean, there's an example which you can read, and which is related to some purchases with PayPal and APIs, how exactly they function here. But mostly API is nothing but it's just a bridge. I mean, if I know only Telugu and if you know only Hindi, and we both know English, then English is the API. English is a bridge between communication or understanding. Simple way, बहुत simple way में, बहुत ही simple way में. And we need
ओके,
not
सो
to go for.
आशीष, जैसे हमें कोई पूछता है कि एपीआई क्या है, तो सिंपल हमें यही बताना है कि एपीआई इज अ ब्रिज बिटवीन क्लाइंट एंड सर्वर. सो
Yes,
सिंपल.
yes,
ओके.
yes, yes, yes. And it and this. I mean, if they ask in a more detailed way, more technical way, then let me scroll down in here. Okay, this is all. This is also you can explain them, stating that front end is the desktop, laptop, or users. I mean, then middleware is where this API comes into picture, and
ओके.
backend is where you have database and servers. So yeah, I'm pretty not sure that they might ask this deep. Yeah, for developers they might, but for testers I am pretty not sure they might ask this deep. But yeah, this is a good to know thing, like where exactly API falls in our what do they say, technology. I can see in our IT where exactly API falls in. It falls in middleware
ओके.
and business logic. This is where our API falls in, like see processors, secures, and routes. All this is controlled by an API. Now, so is it clear till here?
यस.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, now types of APIs. It's types of APIs. How many types of APIs? Okay, we have web APIs, data or database APIs, operating system APIs or local APIs, or remote APIs. Okay, now in our project, in our company, we I have never came across where we worked on database APIs. Database APIs, I really I haven't come across them, nor the operating system APIs, nor remote APIs. Yes, web APIs, yes, we do it on a daily basis. Where in web APIs we have four sections. One is open APIs, partner APIs, internal APIs, and composite APIs. Um, Open APIs is like it's a public. I mean, everyone can access. Like open source, I think if everyone heard about open source, like open source, kuch nahi hai. I mean, it's like how can I say? Google Maps, Google Maps. I mean, I just wanted to give a real time example. Some like any shopping mall, anyone can go, anyone can buy anything, anyone can do. I mean, it's for everyone. It's for
It's
everyone.
like a window shopping. You go
Ah,
and see.
sorry. Go ahead, please go ahead.
यस. सो आई एम सेइंग लाइक विंडो शॉपिंग. सो हम लोग जाते हैं, कुछ भी देखते हैं, कुछ भी खरीदते हैं, सो लाइक दैट.
Yes, yes.
ओके.
uh, I mean, we can do all kinds of. I mean, yeah, true. And partner APIs is like, I mean, partnering. I mean, I can say, some can be. You can say this Indigo and what might be the Make My Trip. They are partnered with each other. This is where
ओके.
the partner APIs comes into picture. Internal
यस.
APIs, you cannot access internal APIs. The reason being, they are only specific to their own company. I can say, if I want to give a best example, then like Google, Facebook, any company or any, they will be having their I mean, private APIs, internal APIs, which is not shared. Both they keep it secret. It's only for them to be tested, not for public or not for any other third party person to work on it. That is where internal comes into picture. Composite, I think it comes somewhere between this open partner and internal. Okay, and all web services or APIs, but not all APIs are web services. Okay, now I'll explain this why. Uh, let's say on your system, on your system, uh, there's no internet, there is no internet on your system, but can you access Word application, and can you save the write something and save it or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. And you open a calculator on your system, and you can make calculations without the internet, right? This is
Yes.
also yes, great. Okay,
Yes.
so this is an API. I mean, these are operating system or local APIs, which doesn't need any internet, doesn't need any internet. But web services itself says like I mean, web technology, web services. It's all one and the same. Where you need internet to work on those APIs. So web services come under APIs, but APIs doesn't come under web services because APIs doesn't need internet. Okay, so so I hope this is understood. Or any questions?
Yes, I need to
Yes.
understand about internal APIs. So, what is internal means? Like we use Uber, we use Zomato,
No, no,
like
no,
that?
no. No, no,
Hmm?
no, no. The Zomato, Uber, these are all public APIs. These are all open APIs. Let's say,
Hmm.
how can I explain? How can I explain? Okay.
Like Ashish, can I give this answer, please?
Yeah, yeah. Please, please go ahead.
Yes. So, what happens, no? Like, if we take the example of real world, like real time data. So, like, I have faced the situation where, since I work with different applications and I use different REST APIs of the application, so sometimes these things arises. Like, just suppose if you want to create a contact by using the APIs, but in the application or in their API documentation, this API endpoint is not available. So in that case, we need to get in touch with their company. So if they have the APIs, then this API will be called as a private API. Like they have with for their own purposes, not publicly accessible for all the people.
Uh, Understood.
A little bit.
Okay. Okay. Let me give more in a more real world example. Let's say
Okay.
your your home, your home, your
Hmm.
home. In your home, you have your separate room, right?
Yes.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Sorry. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. So you have your own room, and there might be some personals which you don't want to share with public or with anyone, right? So those things, I mean, which are only related to you, only related to you. Those are internal APIs. Those I can say as internal APIs. I mean, those
Okay.
should those are only accessible to you. I mean, it might be your laptop, your mobile, or your books, anything, any or your gifts, anything. Okay, but
Shelly gave us example that she was using the application that I understood
hmm,
that she needed for the contact number,
huh,
and she was unable to access that with the
right,
endpoints,
right,
right?
right,
So she asked for the endpoint. So
right.
if she added the endpoint, like the endpoint is telephone,
Mm-hmm.
okay, or
Hmm,
contact number, so
hmm.
she should ask for the endpoint. So this is the private the thing, is it?
Yes, because let's
Huh?
say if I wanna access your laptop, but it's
Yes.
your private, but I'm
Yes.
requesting for it, and if
Okay.
you're okay with it, if you're okay
Yes.
giving your laptop to me, then
Okay.
yes, then it can be like uh, it comes under between. partner and internal APIs, but yes, it
Okay.
can also be considered as internal APIs. Like you should give a permission. Partner APIs
Okay.
is most like you have already given. Bhai le le,
Okay.
use kar
Okay.
le.
So
So
that I understood that they
hmm,
have a key. Like I am Indigo and you are another. Like
ha,
I'm. So I'm Qantas flight and you are cheap flights. Okay,
ha,
it's a
ha,
company name. Okay.
ha,
So you I gave you a key and Yatra people I gave a key. So you
ha.
come to me and this key will fits in your lock. Okay, then only you can access the data. Is it?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, some things, to be more precise, internal APIs are mostly not shared with other third party vendors.
Okay.
Mostly they are not, they're completely, I mean, completely to them only. I mean, they don't share it. It's like,
Okay.
you can say a secret thing,
Okay.
or you can
It's
say it's,
like examination result, right?
ha, yeah,
So
yeah,
yes. So it's like our banking stuff. So if we need it,
correct.
like our like sometime they send us code. So it's for us only. It's not for others. So it's like
Yes,
that.
yes. I mean, it's
Okay.
private. I can say it's private, completely
Okay.
private.
Okay.
So, and thank you, Shelly. Thank you so much. And now coming to protocols. Okay, in protocols, I mean, like how exact we have seen types of APIs. I mean, what are the types of APIs? But
Okay.
how APIs work,
Mm.
this is where this API, I mean, how exactly they are structured, how exactly they are done, I mean, how exactly they are honored, I can say. uh, I mean, rules, how, what way they should follow, and what exactly needs to be uh, written in order to get send a request, or get a response. So for that rules, we have a couple of API protocols. And I mean, around there are around eight API protocols. But we will be talking about SOAP and REST in our course. This
Okay.
RPC, I never worked on RPC or XML RPC, JSON RPC, nope. Not neither WebSocket. But gRPC and GraphQL is getting popular these days a lot. I mean, GraphQL is getting a lot of popularity these days. But still, we are dependent on REST, because it is easy to understand, and
Okay.
easy to write, and easy to test. Simple way में
Okay.
वही है, easy है.
Mm-hmm.
SOAP
Okay.
is little, I mean, it's more of an XML, I mean, more of a coding thing, where you need to get the information, digging deep into database, or digging deep into application, or digging deep into the network thing from dev tools. So that is where SOAP, why still SOAP is used in many of the applications. uh, rest is taking over, but why exactly SOAP is still used? Because it is more secured. That is the only difference. I mean, SOAP is more secured than REST, but they are trying to get it to that particular level. uh, because SOAP is like more complicated, I can say, in designing and testing as well. I've I've come across that, where I've used the SOAP UI tool in order to test this SOAP services, which ends with WSDL. I'll come to that too. So then we transform to Postman, where we were using this REST services to test our uh, APIs. So GraphQL, yes, it is getting popular, but I'll try to explain one or two examples related to GraphQL. Okay, so this is all about API protocols, where SOAP uses XML language, which is an extensible markup language, and REST uses JavaScript, JSON, I mean, which is JavaScript object notation, which is a key value pair, like name Ashish, last name Naidu. In that way, I mean, this is how it is used. I can, let me type in here. Okay, no, 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 no. Are you able to see my notepad? Uh, are you able to see
No,
the
no,
notepad? No, no,
no.
no. Okay, no worries. Okay, let me do it here itself. Here itself. Okay. How XML is written is in this way. Body, body, and the test and the body. This is how an XML is written. Okay, which is mostly I can say HTML format. Mostly HTML format. Mostly in HTML format it is written, but there's some in here you will find some n colon something in that way. So this is how XML is written, which is more complicated to understand and to design and to test as well. But when it comes to JSON, it's just simple in this way. I mean, anyone can understand कि भाई ये है क्या. I mean, okay, let's see in this way. Yeah, okay. So in this way, if you can write, then so this is more easy to understand rather than this what exactly is this. And not only this, uh, when you are when we come across this automation testing now, so at that point of time navigating to this particular node is more tough when when compared to navigating to this nodes. So this is where JSON, JSON and REST is getting popular because it is easy and easy to develop and test. And yeah, it covers most of the things, which doesn't make complicated, and customers clients can also understand the language in that way. Now, so this is where REST and SOAP comes into picture. I mean, this is a difference where I can say SOAP is a protocol, while REST is set of constraints that constitute an architectural style. So for this REST, for this statement, I've given an example in here. I mean, you can go through this example. What exactly that statement, that architectural REST is set of constraints of which architecture style, what exactly is that. So you have this in here. There's one thing which we need to understand is rest is statelessness. Yani ki, let's say I've asked for google.com. Okay, it sends a request, it gives you a response, and that request which was sent to the server is no more in the server. It doesn't stay anymore over there. It's cleared out. So there's no state. It's statelessness. I mean, once again, when you request for it, then again it will ask for a new request, and again a new response will come back to you. So there's no preserved data over there when you are working with REST. So I'll explain this more in a more clear manner, more example, more real world example when we do perform, so when we do API testing. Okay, and see, this is where REST is often considered a simple alternative to SOAP because it is lightweight, flexible, transparent, and relatively easy to use. The most important thing is it is relative to use, easy to use. Uh, this is the reason people are transferring from SOAP to REST a lot. So this is about SOAP and REST. Now, these are the links which I have provided where you can go through these links. Any of the link is fine. Any of the link is fine, where you will get more information, more clear picture on what all I have written, what I have documented in here. You can go to IBM or Amazon or Postman or Microsoft. This one is not a documentation. This one, a person explains. I mean, it's a video lecture. It's a video lecture where a person explains you what exactly is an API. So if you want to go with the video, or if you then you can use this link. Or if you want to read and from your end, and if you want to explore, then please go to any of these links is fine. Any of these links. uh, if I am wrong at any point of time, or if I explained it incorrectly, then you can see here in here, and you can see like, okay, this is what exactly. I mean, all in where I have given in a short forms here, that gRPC, or mm, where exactly is another one? This composite or internal or remote APIs. What exactly is this? You can get a detailed information about that. Why exactly I'm not stressing as of now? Because at the moment, uh, we do not need it much. I mean, when we are doing API testing, then we will definitely come across those. Then at that point of time, it will be more clearly understood. But still, if you want to go through these websites and learn yourself, I'll be really happy, and that is a real good thing to do. I mean, always explore from your end. Always, if you don't know something, explore it. Like, what, क्या है ये, I mean, क्यों है ये, I mean, क्या करना क्या है इससे. So yeah, so please explore. It will be fun, actually, to be honest. Now, yeah, I have, as I explained, these are the layers. I mean, where exactly API comes into picture, middleware. So now, so this is all about API. Now, before coming to API Postman tool, please let me know if you have any questions. Anyone, any questions on anything, any topic? None? Yeah,
No,
sorry.
Ashish. Yes, we are fine that you told us.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now coming to Postman. Why exactly we use Postman? Okay, uh, why exactly we use Postman? Why don't we use SOAP? Why don't we use Rest Assured? Why? I mean, there are a number of tools. I mean, a number of API testing tools. Why we don't use it? Um, API is. I mean, I can say I've worked on SOAP. I've worked on Swagger, not Rest Assured. To be honest, I haven't worked on Rest Assured. Postman is a real. I mean, it's more UI closure, I can say. I mean, it's like, okay, you can see things, you can feel the things, and in that way, Postman wins. Postman wins. That is the only thing that tool is getting popular. Uh, Apart from that, every API testing tool works the same way. I mean, but it's the Postman. It's like colors, or the how exactly it represents itself. That is where it shines. Postman shines, and yeah. But I still I still love to work on Soap UI, because Soap UI is more. I mean, yeah, it is. It is also really good. It is really good. Soap UI is really good. Um, because I started my career with Soap UI, so I'm still attached to Soap UI. So yeah, Postman is good. It's really good. It's really good. Now, what all you can do on Postman is you can develop, you can test, you can document, and you can mock, you can share, you can discover your own APIs. So all this, I mean, the complete API lifecycle can be performed on this Postman tool, I can say, application, I can say. So this, everything can be performed in this API Postman tool. Now, what all testings can be done on this? Please read this and let me know if I'm missing something. Please let me know if I'm missing something. Okay. Yeah, these are the 12 ones. Please let me know if I'm missing something. I just want to see if I'm missing something. Take 2 minutes and please let me know if I'm missing any of the testing in here.
Is there any system testing?
System testing, no. I think no, that hasn't been in here.
Ashish, I think we miss performance testing.
Okay, and One more, very very important. Let's say, okay, I'll give you an example, a tip. I'll give you a tip. Let's say your family is going out. Okay, your family is going out. So what exactly you do to your home? What exactly do you do?
Yeah, it's a security one.
Ah, correct. Yeah. So these two things, I deliberately missed it in this list. Uh, and system testing, I'm sorry, I'll check on that
Yeah,
because
system testing comes under end to end. It will be cover.
yeah. So why exactly I haven't added performance testing and security testing? The reason being, um, we do not recommend doing performance testing using Postman tool for API as well. We use JMeter because JMeter is the best for not only for APIs, for UI, anything. JMeter is the best performance open source tool. Yeah, load runner is also there, but for open source I can say JMeter is the best, and we will be definitely doing performance testing using JMeter. Now coming to security testing, um, I mean, Postman has its limitations when it comes to security testing. And it is recommended to use burp suite, or I think there's one more application which is where we use which is the application which we use for security testing, because that those tools are the best when compared to Postman for testing not only APIs or any UI anything. Uh, I have no knowledge on security testing, so I'm not sure how exactly that is done. But yes, performance testing. I'll be covering performance testing and data driven testing, and yeah, all the list in here. But performance testing will be done on JMeter, not on this the Postman tool. That is the reason I have skipped those two things from the list. So security testing is really important, but to be honest, I never worked on security testing till now, and never used that site tools as well. So I heard it's good, but nah, I never did it. So yeah, so yeah, one last thing I want to explain. In here, um, this we will be discussing when once we start API testing. I think definitely it will be from tomorrow. Okay, in here, this is an API URL. I hope it is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is an API URL. This is a base URI, and this is a protocol, and this is server name, and this is a API name. I mean slash computers. So we can also call it as an endpoint as well when we are hitting. I mean when we are hitting the target. Okay, now please let me know. HTTPS google.com. Okay, in here, what is the protocol in here?
HTTP.
HTTPS.
HTTPS, right?
Yes.
Okay, and what is the server name in here?
That is
Google.
google.com.
Okay, and what is the base
Dot com is
URL?
a domain.
Sorry, what is the base URI in here?
Base URI is the complete one from https2.com.
Yes. And what is the API URL and the endpoint in here? Let's say what is the endpoint in here?
Endpoint, we can't see any endpoint here.
Yeah, endpoint is also this one only. It's we are
Yes.
actually targeting google.com. This is
Yes.
also an endpoint. I mean, we are targeting. This is a target. We want to reach google.com only. Let's say
Yes.
if we want to reach any maps of google.com, then we'll say slash maps, which
Yes.
then this will be an endpoint. Or else if there is no maps, we just want to go to google.com, then this is the only endpoint. Everything comes into this only endpoint. And the only thing which we will be separating is the protocol and the server name. Apart from that, base URI, API URL, API name, all will be one and the same. So
Okay.
so yeah, I think on time maybe the end. So sorry. Any questions or any doubts or anything that you want to say or ask? And okay, now sorry. One very important question. How should I share this document? Where can I share? I mean, if I share it on LinkedIn, will it work? I never tried it actually. Will you people able to download it?
Can you share with Google Docs? Google Drive?
Google Docs, uh, but सारे की email address होना चाहिए ना उसमें.
No, no, no. You can
Hmm,
upload on your Google Drive. Actually, you
okay.
can plug in with your email and go to Google Drive, and there you can use up to 15 GB spaces.
No. I do have space. That's
Mhm.
not a problem. Okay, just guide me. And yes, it will be the same time every day. Every day it will be same 8:30 evening Indian Standard Time, and I will be posting the Google Meet link in my LinkedIn post. I'll be sharing the Google Meet link, and oh, and yeah, and yeah. I think any
Or you
questions?
can, or you can take our number or just make a WhatsApp so you can share the link
Yes,
over
yes,
there.
it will be good.
That will
Actually,
be nice.
if
Okay,
you are posting in LinkedIn, then lots of crowd coming to your meeting, and I think you
okay,
can handle it.
sure,
Because
sure.
in Google Meet there are also limitations, like 100 only.
Okay, okay, no worries.
So for good
I'm
communication,
sharing.
you can create. So can you create a WhatsApp group and you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
share with there,
I'm
then we can
sending
join.
my. Sorry, I'm sending my number.
Yes,
Please
yes.
ping me your with your first and last name. Ping me your numbers so that I can create a group.
Yes,
If I,
yes, yes.
if
And
I
So
all
want.
you
first and
can,
all
yes,
documents. Yes, yes.
yes, and all documents you can send easily.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
then I'll share it on the yeah what's it, WhatsApp group only. Yeah, I'll share it on the WhatsApp group only.
Yes, yes. And one
And
more
it.
thing, and all the
Uh-huh.
videos you can directly share, or you can upload it on YouTube, and we can access.
Okay, sure,
Yes,
sure.
yes,
YouTube, right? Okay, yeah.
yes, yes, yes. And
Okay.
if you will feel any difficulty, then reach out to me. I will help you in it.
Thank you, Gautam. Sure, sure,
Yes.
sure.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, so thank you everyone for
Yes,
joining,
thank you
and
everyone. Yes.
hope
Thank you.
yeah hope something I
Thank you.
learned and you learned today. So yep, let's meet tomorrow
Yes.
and have a great evening. Yeah, great evening I should say. Okay,
Thank
bye.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Great day.
Bye.